are bad at laning, nobody's actually bad in the lane.
Yeah.
Because it's all equalized.
Yeah. Alistair, Rakan is a flip. You don't really want to play Braum into Rakan because Rakan
Down
is
here
flat.
near bottom lane, they've got the push, they've got the control through Rahel and Huhi, like you already mentioned. So Hambach will take a very early first Drake. Early
All
mountain
right.
Drake. Nice.
Yeah, start the clock. That's 5 minutes, 36 seconds. I talked earlier in the series about how Sentinels fixed their game last week by just playing Drake. So they got Dragon Soul in both of their wins last week. Technically today, they also got their win from Dragon Soul, even though it was a 7 Drake Soul in that game.
Yeah.
This team does need to have the stacking objectives to win so far. They don't necessarily play on the same page a lot of the time, so a way to bring everyone onto the same page is just start Drake stacking early and fight around objectives.
And I feel like this kind of ties in with something you brought up in the previous game. Hold on, we'll talk about that in just a moment, because Sentinels may find
Crab
themselves
is the objective.
on the receiving end of a pincer attack. Hambach eats the resonating strike there from Hosediodo. Now he's got to be a little bit careful, does get knocked back, but the entrance from Dark Wings is heroic indeed. It's first blood over to Sentinels. Hambach might just die here, but CoreJJ should get picked up. Rahel chasing after him in the flash for the auto attack. He's staying alive for now, but the death ray picks him up. It's a 2-for-2 trade in the bot side river.
And not only that, both kills go to both carries on both teams, so a really even fight there. Big power spike if he decides to press that one. So Sentinels pushing bot lane, getting pushed in the top lane, but it's a lot of just minion trading when we consider what's actually happening in the lanes, unless Hambach can make a dive happen. They're gonna get the notification of the grubs soon.
Yep, okay, so voidgrubs secured. Hosediodo's got that one. Hambach knows there's no ultimate here on the Alistar. Dark Wings is also following up behind to guarantee they're able to take this. CoreJJ drops, and now the target might just be Yon here with a follow-up. Hambach's going forward. Arcane Storm is used, but it won't matter. It looks like Team Liquid were ready for Hambach to show up because they send Yon back. CoreJJ is the sacrificial lamb, but Yon hanging around there just a little bit too long. Sucks to lose a wave, don't get me wrong, but then to give up the kill right after, even if you know that the Galio is going to be close and you're portrait, just quickly jump forward a little bit towards the Dragon Pit in the minimap, and that means that Hambach and the rest of Sentinels have decided they have enough control. They will be able to secure this second Drake of the game, and once again, pays off.
Flowers Hex Rift is creating chaos already.
Yep, I called it, I told you.
He's already back in the map. They're still fighting.
He wants the knock up onto Jose, but the grand entrance falls a little bit short. Quid stepping forward here. Remember, no ulti on either one of the mid laners. CoreJJ does have Unbreakable Will here on the Alistar as the TP is coming in. Core jumps in, nice two-man knock-up. Hambach returning with the counter-engage as there goes Morgan's equalizer, trying to find enough damage here. He and Hambach both about to die. CoreJJ won't be traded. The double kill back over to Morgan on the Rumble. He's looking to carry from the top lane. Where the hell did the Ornhorn go? Impact is not able to send the thing back in where they wanted it, and Team Liquid gets everybody away on blinking health bars. I do think that could have been the fight turner that you were talking about. If that Ornhorn redirects, because you slam that onto all of those low health bars, they should be able to pick up this kill onto Quid without a whole lot of to do about it. That Peyz rush is getting him somewhat away, but no, Hambach will finish the kill. Yeah, the Ornhorn in that previous fight, if you could have found the knockups and the follow-ups, but we'll never know. It's only hypotheticals from here. CoreJJ and Hosediodo coming up. 2 versus 3 as a nice quickness to charm them both from Huhi, but there's no follow-up damage. Yon and Rahel encountering one another. The Foss Bomb connects onto Yon, and Rahel goes in! The AD carry battle results in a win for Sentinels, and now with 2 dead on the enemy team, both of those 2 being carries, Jat, it looks like Sentinels is ready to start up the Rift Herald. Hosediodo is nearby, and Dark Wings is coming around from the other side. Core and Jose wanting to challenge for the objective. Resonating Strike comes in from Hosediodo, and he steals away the Herald. Now the equalizer's down over the top from Morgan, but it's still a 4v3 favoring Sentinels. Jose wants to get out, but the heroic entrance goes in. Morgan's still overheated, but he's got another flamethrower ready to go. Morgan finds a kill. Rahel's gonna die to CoreJJ. Morgan finally falls to the winds of war as Core is knocked up into the air by the grand entrance once more. Quid's trying to show up, mop and bucket. He's got some cleanup duty to do as Impact wants to cover for the escape of Dark Wings and Huhi. This is a game, my friend. This here for Sentinels, Huhi on the recon, just trying to get as much value as he can out of those gleaming quills, those extra heals, keep everybody topped up against the poke. Impact gonna be your front line here. Over the wall goes Huhi. Quickness ready to follow it up with a heroic entrance coming down over the top, and Hosadioto is already down. Equalizer, not a lot of value to be found as Morgan has to try to flash away, but Hambach is in hot pursuit. Team Liquid, they only lose
Morgan
one.
was trying to hold the flank, so he's almost preventing the re-engage here, but Huhi flies in. You can see no other carries other than Morgan can really do any damage as Yon and Quid both just push completely out of the fight.
Sentinels, man. You could look at Hosadioto's eyebrows jump
Being
up.
back to their week 2 selves, right? Sentinels loses to DSG, then they demolish Dignitas, and maybe they beat Team Liquid. They're on Morgan now.
Yeah, they immediately summon up the Ornhorn. Impact has it all ready to go here this time. Yes, he doesn't quite slam himself into the volcanic fissure how he wanted, but it means it only cost them an extra second to get that kill. And Jat, that was the plus 2,000 gold rumble. That was what has been trying to get Team Liquid through some of these mid-game fights, and that was a free kill on the very same
He's
dude.
hunting in the sideline. I don't even know if they have the damage to kill, but he's flashless, so they're hoping to burn ultimate, which they do, and now they can just disengage.
Yeah, just walk it off. Hambach is coming to show up, though. If Morgan overstays for this, CoreJJ is at least ready to shadow him a little bit. Meanwhile, they will at least be able to secure the top lane tier 1 turret for the Team Liquid side. That is the first turret they've got all game long, mid and bottom. On our Ornn upgrades, we do have that Trinity Force upgraded now for Rahel's Corki.
And
Sentinels,
this is the spot to fight.
grouped up as 5. Rumble ulti still 5 seconds away. CoreJJ tries to jump in the middle of everybody. He's going to take a lot of damage here at the very start as Hambach wants to put pressure onto Morgan, but Hambach is already killed. Now Yon's about to be bursted down. Darkwings doesn't have any cooldowns left. The Arc of Ruin gonna force the Galio back. Sonic Wave into the resonating strike. Hosadioto wants to go in, but he has to get right back out. Remember, there is no jungler on the side of Sentinels, so trying to take this Drake doesn't feel right.
And Hex Gates re-engaged. Look, Rumble already teleporting. CoreJJ on the way. I think they denied the soul.
Soul stopped. It stopped. Team Liquid, it's a 1-for-0, but again, last time they were on the receiving end.
But instead, Hambach really tried to go fast. He's the one who falls, and Team Liquid stay in the game.
Huge, huge halting of momentum there. I'm not going to call it a swing for Team Liquid because I believe that Sentinels is still definitely in the lead. However, that gold lead has fallen by half. Team Liquid has bought themselves at least 5 more minutes before a soul would arrive. Darkwing should be able to pick up just some free gold here. Punch the turret 1 time. Easy peasy. Brings the gold lead back up to 2K. You have Jan's Yunara, though, with those Fiend Bolts. The new 80 carry item that is it's another thing kind of like Experimental Hexplate where it's really good on the champs that really like it, even if it's kind of useless on the majority of champs overall. Any marksman that really wants to turn on their ult for the team.
Side wave. They're likely just looking for an engage here. Impact level 16 on this Ornn.
You're seeing on my wave pings coming out from the Team Liquid side towards the Baron, though. This Baron DPS is not particularly fast. Team Liquid is going to make their way over. Morgan gets taunted up, though. A lot of combo damage onto the Rumble, and Hambach's ready to create some space for everybody else. CoreJJ down to half HP. Here comes the Ornhorn, and Impact with the sideline kill on Morgan starts it off. Now Yon's in danger. He might get focused. Rahel flies in. Hambach is down, but so is Yon. Team Liquid has lost everybody except for Quid and Hosadioto, and Sentinels still has 4 men. Health bars are compromised, though. Darkwing's gonna go ahead, go back to base. He is marking with his recon. Hambach and Rahel DPSing the Dragon slowly but surely. Got it down to about 2,500, and Impact is going in here with the Ornn. He knocks him up into the air, and they've already claimed the soul, and Morgan's soul as well. Darkwings drawing the ire of Yon off to the side, but it's only a distraction, as now Team Liquid's gonna lose their 2nd man. A double kill for Rahel, and Hambach wants even more. Wind becomes lightning, and lightning strikes Quid as he's again forced to retreat. Team Liquid, they lose 2 men, they lose the Dragon Soul, they lose control over the top side of the map, and now the Baron should go the way of Sentinels.
Jose still hoping to pull off a miracle, has the control ward inside, has another control ward and a trinket to check, but I mean, this is a rather big ask to try and steal the Baron away from this Hextech sold Sentinels team.
Team Liquid fans, spam your Tukis. Jose Dioto's got to go for the miracle here because Sentinels really wants this Baron. Jose Dioto throwing the Q over the wall. He jumps into the pit. The Baron's still
It's
at
kinda
2,500
close.
HP. Meanwhile, Darkwings is ready to follow up over the wall. He finds the taunt onto 2. Nobody else wants to overcommit to chasing Lee Sin.
Team Liquid had to go in for the Drake, but it was too low by the time they did, so Sentinels get it anyway, and then there's no retreat.
A storybook, what you get in the interview for this game. Between the game 1 all the way up through now, if they can manage to turn it around and win the series. CoreJJ is already almost dead. As soon as Hambach goes in for the prime 3-talent strike, knocks him up into the air, that's going to force out your Unbreakable Will, which means CoreJJ now has to wait for that cooldown to do anything other than go in and die after one combo in a team fight.
Not completely over yet, though. So 1 minute, 30 seconds on this Baron power play. They have to make it count. They are a short-range team. So they have big-time tanks, but it's really just Corki who can safely hit these turrets. They might have to full commit for a dive, which can get messy.
And they're ready to step up and start putting that pressure
if they can just
on.
hit it, though.
Yeah, the first turret, there's no defense here from TL. Hambach steps forward, audacious charge on the minion for the better positioning for when becomes lightning, means that Team Liquid feels that presence. They have to back away, and now the top lane tier 3 gets knocked out by Darkwings right thereafter. That means that this will be a 2-inhib game immediately without much of a fight being put up by Team Liquid, who are now this close to losing this series. Jan gets jumped on, Ornhorn coming through. Heroic entrance right next to it. Jan's about to die, and Impact's taking the kill all for himself. Jose Dioto can't get to the back line. Who he might die. The turret shot's in the air. Quid takes the credit for it, but the first Nexus turret is already about to fall. Morgan wants to hold with the flame spitter, but it's just not hot enough. Rahel and the rest of Sentinels push forward towards the Nexus itself, and Quid and Morgan can't stop them. 2-1, Sentinels takes the dub.
And Sentinels move on to lock